Hi and welcome to Rent Management System developed in Excel. So let me show you guys how this works. Alright, there we enter reference and here we enter name there. Let's say it's Ola and surname is Ola Tommy. Number of room is going for, let's say it's going for 3. Location, let's say Kenya, and address there we can call that 7. Let's go for Tom Lane, and here postcode town Kenya, proof of ID is passport, down payment, and all they need to do is to click on rent cost. There we go, and that's the receipt. So what I'm going to do now is to take you guys straight into Excel development environment, and we'll put one of these together. So let's do that now, guys. Hi and welcome to Excel rental management system. I'm going to start by going to file. For those of you who don't know how to get this very menu, you go to file and click on options, and then this dialog box pops up. Go on to customize ribbon, and right there developer icon here, or developer menu or option must be checked. Actually, this checkbox. Now click on OK. Then you should get this. If you then click on it, you should get the development area for Visual Basic. Click on that. Click on Visual Basic, and let's select Insert. Click on User Form, and there specify the size of your form. So I'm going to go for select the property. That's the property there, or properties, properties windows, and let's come to where we have the height. I'm going to change the height to 600 and change this the width. I'm going to change that to 1030 there. So the next thing I'm going to do is right up here, let's select the frame. Click on the frame and just drag it that much. That'll be for my title, and draw another frame here, and then I'm going to have 3 of those here right there. So here I will have a label here up here, and inside that very label I'm going to change that to, let's change that to Rent Management System, and let's increase the size of the font. I'm going to make that maybe about 40 something. Make that bold and just stretch it across. Right, and in here I need a label, and let's increase the size of this very label. Change the font size to about maybe 20 bold, and in there I'm going to have customer ID right there. I also need a text box, so move this up, and I'm just going to copy that across, and in here one more there. Let's select these, copy, paste, and paste another one. one here as well, and I just need one text box here. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to speed up the whole process, but just before I do that, let's add one of that there and add 3 buttons. 1, 2 and 3. So I'm going to speed up the whole process of the interface design and get back to you guys, but just before I do that, let's save it first. Save. So I'm going to save it as rent and get rid of that, just rent. Now you must select Excel macro enable workbook. I'm going to save that straight on my desktop and just click on save. There we go. Note that it has to be macro enabled. So I'm going to speed up the whole development of the interface now and get back to you guys. Okay guys, this is how my interface looks now. So if I run it, that's how it's looking. Okay, one other thing I like to do is let me change the background. So first of all, end that, and I have some pictures that I took. So let's see, I'm going to open up that picture. Let's go straight to the properties of this form itself, and I will come in here. You see where we have picture? So I'm just going to put some buildings there. Let's see, maybe this or this. Let's try this out. I can always change it. And let's see what I've done. And let me run it again and have a look. I think that's not the one I want. Let's try the other one. Got 2 of those. Maybe it's this. Yeah, I think that's the right one. Okay, that is how it looks. I will now move this. Let's move it down a little bit. Select it all and just drag it down a little bit. Yeah, about that. Let's run it. Okay, that's how it's looking now, because it's got to do with rent management system. It's meant to be some buildings around. Okay, so let's take care of the exit first. Exit, double click on the exit, and I'm going to enter as follows: name I exit as integer, and I exit equals message box. In there I'm going to say confirm if you want to exit. Alright, close that. And the other thing is, let me enter VB question plus VB yes, no. Okay, then let's give it a name: rent management system. Close that. Okay, using an if statement, if I exit equals VB yes, then unload me. Unload me and if. Right, and that is my exit lines of codes. So let's give that a try and see. Try it out. No. Confirm if you want to exit. Yes. There we go, guys. So that works. Okay, the next thing we want to do is, let's come right down here. Let's take care of this reset. I would like to reset every single components I have in here. So double click on it. So right in here, each of those components, I have their names here. So I'm going to start with address and so on. So address dot, I think it's a text, equals there. Now I also have cost dot text equals clear. Let's just copy this. What else do we have? We have surname, first name, back in there, first name, there, surname, customers ID. So I'm going to speed that up and get back to you guys. Okay, reset is taken care of. Those are the lines of code for resets. Now I'm going to come back in here. You see this very one here, that is called proof of ID. I'm going to copy that and double click on the form, and I want it to be form load, let's say, or form initialize right there. So I'm going to change that to proof of ID dot add item. The first item I would like to add will be, let's say, pilot license. That's one of my proof of ID. There. Copy that, and I'm going to need maybe 2 or 3 more. There we go. Next one is going to be driving license. Now let's go for passport, and finally we'll go for student ID. There. Now the next one is, let's see, that is number of room. So my number of room, I'm going to just make that, let's say, up to 5 or so. Number of rooms, so that is going to be as follows as well. Let's say it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's fine. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now I think I have another one here. This is, let's see, what is that? Location, right? So in the case of my location, I just need to specify what location or the area of the properties. So let's come into form load here, or form initialize. Location equals as follows. So location, the first one I'm going to go for Kenya as the first location. Doesn't have to be a country, it's just, I'm assuming it is an area just called Kenya. Then let's say Lagos. Then I'm going to go for London. And finally Let's see what did I come through. I'm gonna pick that Dallas. So if I come in here and run my program, and let's try them out, you see that guys have numbers of room and there. So let's select anything and see. There we go. So that is fine. All I just need to do is to increase the font size for all of these. This is fine apart from those three. Okay, let's increase the font size. Let's see what is the font size of all these other ones. Okay, the font size is 20, so let's use something that we can read here. So font size will be what? Let's make that about 18 bold. Right. So run and see. No, it's not changed. Is this changed? No. No. Let's go back. What did I do wrong? Okay, that's 18. One more. Right. Check it out. Okay, that's fine. Okay, this seems to be a little bit too much, but I can always take care of that. I just come in here and increase the size of that. So that's fine. Yeah. So I'm going to start by clicking on this location. I will use the location to decide the price of my properties. So let's double click on location. But before then, let's come right up here. You see underneath option explicit, let's say dim RM. RM is going to be an array. Let's make it maybe 7 as double. There we go. Now back to location. Double click on this very location. In there, let me use an if statement to decide the option selected. If location dot text, oh, that should be either, leave it like that. If location dot text equals, let's say Lagos, and number underscore of room dot text equals 1, then I want the following to happen. The cost dot text equals, let's make that up, 136 whatever. That's the cost of the accommodation. Then deposit expected is going to be, let's make that up to, let's say 350. That is my deposit. Now let's say electricity dot text per month is 75 pounds. Now local tax dot text equals 124 pounds, and water bill dot text equals. So those are the utility bills plus the cost of rental. or the cost of renting. So let me give that a try and just see. But before that, I want to try and convert all of these here. I'm going to convert them to pound sign. So right underneath here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy all of these. Let's paste it here and get rid of all of this. Just enter pound sign there. So that is pound sign here, and that is going to be and that. Repeat the same thing for this one. Now that might give me, okay, let's come here, change this to pound sign. There we go. There should be and in there, and this as well. Then location, pound sign, and finally water bill. We have the pound sign there as well, and there. The reason why I'm doing it like this is because I like to carry out some calculation, and with the pound sign it might be an error. So in here, one other thing I like to do is the variable that I declared up there, the array that is declared up there, RM, that's supposed to stand for room. I'm going to enter that in here. Rn, the first part of the array is 0, equals what? That's going to be the cost. Okay, what I'm going to do is just copy this and say equals, paste that in here. There we go. Then I will then speed up the rest anyway. I need about 4 more. There we go. So this is array 1, array 2, 3 and 4, and copy to replace. Those are all the arrays which I'm going to call later on. If you notice, the array is global so that I can call it within my calculation button right there. Paste, and there we go. Right. So I will now go right inside my calculation button to work one or two things out. Okay, the next thing is let's go to the total so that we can add up all of this inside total. That is why it's a global array. So double click on the rental, rent. Okay, the cost of rent. Maybe I should change that to cost of rent, really, or rent cost. Alright, there we go. We're gonna have to move that a little bit. Okay, so let's move that back a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. Now double click on that right up here. I'm just gonna enter total as my text box, total underscore payment dot text equals pound sign and RM0 plus, I'm going to copy this, copy, come in here, paste, 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 and there, close that. So that is 1, 2, 3 and 4 there. So if I run the system now and I select 1 Lagos, there we go, and if I click on cost of rent there, okay, that is fine, that's looking good. Let's say down payments from the customer is about that. Alright, so let's continue. So I'm going to take care of the rest of this here. So let's come back in here, double click on that. This is for that, so I will now copy this, and that is supposed to be if the customer, let's say else if. So else if, let's change this one to 2, and I'm going to just copy this, paste it right underneath here. Okay, change the condition. Right, so I will now change, let's change the cost of everything here. Let's change it around there, and this one there, that's for 2 bedroom. So what I will do now is just to copy this and just speed it all up, and I'll get back to you guys shortly. Okay guys, I've completed the coding for the location, so let me show it to you guys and see how it is. This is for Lagos. Okay, and when we bring it down, we get Kenya there, and let's go to London. That is London there. It's exactly the same lines of code apart from the different price. And then finally we have Texas there. Okay, and that's all there is to it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is let's run this program and see how it looks like. So there we enter our customer reference, and the name happens to be Paul Roman. Number of rooms to be rented, and location is London. If we click on that, that gives us the total. Then here we need the address, treetop, right, and N7, town is London, and proof of ID, and how much I intend to deposit. There we go. So all that is left for us now is when I click on this, I would like to see the receipt as well. So let's come in there and take care of the receipt. Exit, yes. Okay, let's double click on the rent cost, and here I have the receipts. Those are the lines of code for the receipts. Just need to maybe let's add a line here underneath the receipt and increase, add a tab in there, another one here, one more. Okay, this is how the lines of codes looks right now for the receipt. So let's give it a run and see how it's gonna work. So right there I'm gonna enter the following, and the name says Paul Parker. Number of rooms, let's say it's going for 4 within London. There we go. Address of Parker, let's see, Hill, top, close, and there. Say 45 to you, and town happens to be London. Proof of ID is a pilot. Down payment, and click on cost. There we go, guys. Alright, so here I think we need to do something about here, so let's go in there and add new line. So that's a customer, so let's come in here, it's a new line, double click on that, and there, oh okay, there should be a new line here. Right, okay, so copy that and paste that right in there. Yeah, we need to do the same thing for this new line and there. So let's run it again and see. Save, run, enter customer details, name happens to be Helen School, four-bedroom flat, Lagos, address 3 town, postcode, town is Lagos, yeah, proof of ID, let's say passport, down payment, check that out. There we go, guys. So without now, I'm gonna call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoy it. So you all have a nice day now. Bye for now.